They plotted, schemed, and launched their attacks, fully convinced that their efforts would be enough to bring you down. In the shadows they whispered, spreading lies and rumors, gathering as many as they could to join their cause, believing that the strength of their numbers could break your spirit. But with every attempt to sabotage you, your foundation only grew stronger. Each stone they hurled in your direction was transformed into a stepping stone on your path, elevating you higher than they ever expected. They anticipated your defeat, waiting eagerly for the moment you would fall. But what they saw instead was a powerful transformation. Every insult, every betrayal, every word of slander, they intended all of it to destroy you. Yet like pressure forging a diamond from coal, their negativity only refined you, revealing your resilience and inner brilliance. The very weight they meant to crush you became the force that pushed you into something far greater than even you imagined. Now, as they watch from a distance, disbelief and regret cloud their faces, because you are thriving beyond their reach. They assumed you would crumble under the strain, that their words and actions would shake your core, but you stood steady, unbreakable. Each battle they initiated became a lesson, and every obstacle they threw your way was repurposed as another step up. Ironically, all the energy they poured into your downfall has now come full circle, leaving them to deal with the consequences of their own actions while you continue to rise, unstoppable and unbothered. Now, the very people who once plotted against you find themselves struggling and lost, confused by the reality that all their efforts have failed. Instead of holding you back, their attempts only propelled you forward with even greater force. The tables have turned in a way they never anticipated, and now they are left to grapple with the consequences of their actions, realizing, far too late, that every move they made only ended up working against them. You've become untouchable, not because you sought revenge or allowed spite to poison your heart, but simply because you refuse to be broken. Your strength has transformed from a trait into the very core of who you are, woven into your spirit and presence. You are living proof that no weapon formed out of hatred can prosper against a purpose that's truly destined. For those who spend their time digging pits and setting traps for others, fate always has a way of turning things around. Eventually, they fall into their own snares. They tried to block your blessings, to shut down your growth, but nothing and no one can stand in the way of what is meant for you. Now, all they can do is stand by and watch as you continue to rise, unstoppable, unshaken, and undefeated. Ironically, everything they did only helped you gain even more clarity about who you are and what you're capable of. Every obstacle they placed in your path became a stepping stone. Every insult was transformed into fuel for your journey, and every betrayal was turned into a powerful lesson that made you stronger, wiser, and even more determined to shine. They once believed that their negativity and doubt would be enough to bury you, to keep you from ever reaching your full potential. But instead, all the criticism, ridicule, and dark energy they sent your way became the very force that propelled you to new heights. In their minds, they thought they held the reins to your destiny, confident that their interference could somehow derail your journey. What they never realized, however, is that true purpose and divine timing cannot be blocked or controlled by anyone's opinion. What is meant to be will always find its way, no matter how many obstacles are placed in its path. Now, the laughter and mocking that once echoed behind your back has faded into an uneasy silence replaced by regret and self-reflection. Those who scoffed at your ambitions and openly mocked your dreams are now witnessing the incredible reality of your success as it unfolds right before their eyes. The tables have truly turned. They wanted nothing more than for you to remain stagnant, trapped in the same old patterns, never moving forward. Yet, as fate would have it, it is they who are now stuck, unable to break free from the limitations they created for themselves, while you continue to rise and expand in ways they never imagined possible. It's always the ones who play it safe, who never dare to take real risks, that criticize the loudest. They had the same chances, the same opportunities to grow and evolve. But instead of focusing on their own path, they wasted their energy doubting others, projecting their fears, and trying to hold back anyone who dared to reach for more. While you chose the path of growth and resilience, they chose the comfort of complacency. And now the difference is clear for everyone to see. Now, as they remain stuck in the same spot, locked in the comfort of their old patterns and stale perspectives, all they can do is watch from the sidelines as you move forward, breaking barriers they never thought possible. What they failed to recognize was that every setback you faced was actually setting the stage for a powerful comeback. Each challenge, instead of breaking you down, became a catalyst for your growth, making you more resilient and unshakable. The adversity they threw at you, hoping it would be your undoing, instead became the fire that forged your strength and determination. The more they tried to push you to your limits, the more unstoppable you became, rising with a force they never expected to witness. They truly believed you would fold under the pressure, that you would lose your confidence, and eventually just give up. Time and time again, they counted you out, only to be proven wrong as you returned stronger, wiser, and more determined. Now it is they who sit in disbelief, forced to watch as everything they tried so desperately to block and delay is manifesting right in front of their eyes. The tables have not just turned, they've completely shifted in your favor, and there is absolutely nothing they can do to reverse it. Every plan they made to harm you, every scheme meant to undermine your progress, only prepared you for something far greater than even you could have imagined. In the end, all their plotting and scheming led nowhere but to their own downfall. Every trap they carefully set in your path ended up catching them instead, and every lie they spread only served to expose their own deception and reveal their true character. What they intended as obstacles actually clarified your path, removing distractions and making your direction even more certain. They believed they held the power to dictate your destiny, but what they could never understand is that no one, not even the loudest critic or the most cunning adversary, can block what is truly meant for you. While they were busy trying to sabotage your journey, they neglected their own growth, and as a result, their opportunities slipped right through their fingers, leaving them with nothing but regret as they watch you soar. They became so obsessed with orchestrating your downfall that they were completely blindsided by their own setbacks. Their attention was fixed on plotting against you, never realizing that the very negativity they directed at you would find its way back into their own lives, multiplied and magnified. They wanted to see you struggle, even suffer, convinced that your hardships would somehow elevate their own position. Yet now, it's them who are struggling to find their way, lost in the confusion and disappointment of their own making. They believe that tearing you down would lift them up, that casting shadows on your journey would somehow make their own paths brighter. Instead, their actions exposed their true intentions and character for all to see. Ironically, the more energy they poured into breaking you, the more their own flaws and insecurities were revealed to everyone around them. The very people they tried so hard to impress or manipulate are now seeing them in a whole new light, recognizing the pettiness and desperation behind their actions. Everything they did was meant to silence your voice, sow doubt in your heart, and shake your confidence. But all it did was ignite your drive and determination even more. The resistance you faced only made you stronger. Their constant attacks sharpened your focus, turning what could have been distractions into clarity and purpose. Every rejection, every door that slammed in your face only motivated you to explore new directions and reach heights they never imagined you could achieve. Now, those same individuals who once laughed at your struggles, ridiculed your dreams, and tried to keep you stuck are left speechless in the face of your undeniable success. The tables have turned so completely that the very people who wish to see you stagnant are now the ones trapped in their own repetitive cycles, unable to break free while you continue to rise higher, fueled by every lesson their opposition gave you. They remain fixed in the same spot where they've always been, frozen by their own limitations, while you've evolved far beyond the boundaries they tried to impose on you. From their vantage point on the sidelines, they can do nothing but watch as the very vision they hoped to crush is flourishing in ways they never imagined possible. Each day that you rise is a silent reminder to them of how utterly their plans have failed. They're left with the uncomfortable realization that some things are simply out of their control. Your victory, your breakthrough, your destiny was never theirs to decide or deny. In life, every person faces a choice between doubt and confidence. Both are powerful, but their outcomes couldn't be more different. Some people, unfortunately, choose to dwell in self-pity, internalizing the negativity and doubts that others heap upon them. They allow the voices of criticism and discouragement to take root, believing the lie that they are unworthy, and slowly their dreams wither. But there are others, those who see the truth behind the illusions. They refuse to let someone else's opinion dictate their self-worth or define their limitations. You are among these few, recognizing that every setback is simply a setup for a greater comeback. You see obstacles for what they truly are: temporary detours, not permanent dead ends. The path ahead might wind through shadows, setbacks, and uncertainty, but you understand that these are all just moments, not the end of the journey. The destination is never in doubt for those who hold on to faith, persistence, and the willingness to keep moving forward, no matter how many times they are told to stop. There will always be those who try to write your story, convinced they can determine your future by their actions or words. They may attempt to undermine your confidence, block your progress, or tarnish your reputation, thinking that they are more powerful than the forces working for you. What they fail to understand is that destiny is not something they can influence or interrupt. The universe has its own timing and balance, and the blessings meant for you cannot be intercepted by anyone else's interference. Their efforts to sabotage only serve to highlight your resilience. Every plot, every betrayal, every harsh word is ultimately powerless against a soul aligned with its purpose. Their attempts to bury you were, in reality, nothing more than planting a seed in fertile ground. They never realized that you were meant to grow stronger beneath the surface, that every ounce of pressure, every hardship was activating dormant gifts within you. With every attack, your determination was sharpened and your resolve deepened. Instead of collapsing under the weight of rejection, you learned how to use it as a springboard for expansion. The closed doors, the slander, the gossip, none of it could stop you. Each setback became fuel for your growth, each obstacle a new rung on the ladder of your elevation. The more they tried to break you, the more the truth about their own character was revealed, not just to you but to everyone around them. The masks they wore began to slip, exposing the jealousy, insecurity, and fear that motivated their actions. The people they sought to impress started seeing through the facade, recognizing their motives and losing respect. While they poured energy into tearing you down, they neglected their own growth and missed their own blessings, becoming stuck in a repetitive cycle of bitterness and regret. Meanwhile, you embrace the universal law of giving and receiving, knowing that what you put out into the world, whether light or darkness, always returns multiplied. Your willingness to keep going, to give your best in the face of adversity, to rise after every fall, and to stay true to yourself even when it wasn't easy, has set you apart. It's a law that cannot be reversed or manipulated by those who act from spite. Your resilience is the proof. You were never meant to stay buried. You were designed to break through the earth and reach for the sky, no matter how heavy the weight above you. Now, your very existence is a living testament to the unstoppable power of purpose, faith, and unwavering belief in what is meant for you. As you continue to grow, expand, and receive what is yours, those who once tried to stop you are left to reflect on how their interference only made your victory more remarkable and absolutely undeniable. Those who dedicate themselves to spreading negativity, gossip, and bitterness always discover that life has a way of returning that same energy back to them, often magnified far beyond what they ever imagined. The universe is built on a principle of energetic reciprocity. Every thought, word, and action is like a boomerang, circling back to its source sooner or later. It doesn't matter how hidden their intentions might seem or how cleverly they try to mask their actions. The energy they release comes full circle. This is why you so often see those who wish harm on others finding themselves in the very situations they tried to create. On the other hand, those who choose to uplift, encourage, and add value to the lives of others inevitably attract abundance, peace, and support into their own experience. Life always rewards those who operate from a place of genuine care and high intention, and the blessings that flow from this are impossible to counterfeit. That is why no weapon, no scheme, no slanderous word ever prospers against the chosen one. It's not merely about avoiding harm. It's about an energy field that transforms attacks into stepping stones for growth. The advancing soul, the one aligned with purpose and divine assignment, keeps rising, often to heights that others never dreamed possible. Obstacles become opportunities. Setbacks transform into setups for future victories, and even the harshest criticism is recycled as fuel for greater determination. It isn't random chance, it is the law of sowing and reaping playing out in real time. Your unshakable confidence, the light you carry, and the way you walk into every room with certainty is unsettling to those whose worlds are built on fear and uncertainty. When someone has spent their life doubting themselves, it is deeply disturbing to see another move with a sense of purpose, inner knowing, and unwavering faith. Your strength, both seen and unseen, becomes an unwelcome mirror to those who try to exert control over others because they lack control over themselves. Their discomfort is not a reflection of your wrongness, but a sign that you are operating on a frequency they have not yet reached. There will always be people who feel threatened when someone dares to step fully into their power, and their reactions say far more about their own insecurities than they ever will about you. But none of that is your responsibility. Your purpose was never to make yourself small so that others could feel big. Your assignment is to shine, to radiate your light, and walk in the fullness of your destiny, regardless of who is or isn't comfortable with your growth. Shrinking to fit into the expectations of those who secretly hope you'll fail only dishonors the gifts and calling placed on your life. Instead, you are meant to step out boldly, even if it means making others uncomfortable, because your success is a blueprint for what's possible for everyone, not just yourself. As you elevate, those who once tried to pull you down or cast doubt on your abilities are forced to sit and watch, powerless to alter the path that's already been set in motion. No matter how many tricks they try, how many rumors they spread, or how many obstacles they attempt to put in your way, they can't stop what is meant for you. The universe, or divine order, takes every negative energy sent in your direction and repurposes it as strength and momentum. Every scheme only strengthens your resilience. Every slanderous word only makes your truth more visible. Every setback designed to discourage you turns into an even bigger leap forward. What they can't understand, and what leaves them confused and frustrated, is that their attacks have the opposite effect from what they intend. Their resistance doesn't weaken you, it forges you. Instead of seeing your confidence crumble, they are witnessing you grow more unshakable with every challenge. Every time they tried to slow your progress, they ended up accelerating it. They're left in a state of constant irritation and disbelief, watching as every single one of their attempts not only fails, but actually helps you ascend higher. What was meant to discourage you ends up defining your legacy. Every door they tried to close only redirected you to bigger opportunities. Every attempt to isolate or belittle you built a deeper sense of self-trust and community with those who truly support you. The cycle is inevitable. Those who give love and value receive abundance and respect. Those who give hate and sabotage are met with the same energy in return. The laws that govern this world cannot be bypassed by human manipulation or short-term schemes. In the end, your journey stands as living proof that the assignment is never about dimming your light for anyone. It's about becoming the brightest version of yourself, moving boldly upward, and inspiring others to do the same. You are unbreakable, not in spite of the opposition, but because of it. Now, those who once wished for your downfall have no choice but to watch in silence as you rise, understanding that everything they did only made your victory more spectacular and completely unstoppable. There is a profound and almost magical power in a deep, unwavering knowing, a sense of inner certainty that goes far beyond mere belief or fleeting hope. This is not the blind faith of simply wishing for something to happen. It is a grounded, unshakable conviction that comes when your mind, your energy, and your daily actions are all perfectly aligned with the vision you hold for your life. When you operate from this place, you don't just believe things will work out, you know they will, because you can feel the entire universe orchestrating events in your favor. Every thought, every intention, every step forward is infused with purpose, and that magnetizes all the right opportunities, people, and resources to you. In this state, obstacles lose their power, and adversity becomes a signpost, confirming that you're moving closer to your breakthrough. No force in this world can block the manifestation of what is truly meant for you when you are walking in alignment with your divine assignment. What has been asked for, dreamed about, affirmed, and pursued with dedication is already in motion, silently taking form in the background of your life, long before it appears in physical reality. Sometimes the very presence of opposition is the best confirmation that you are leveling up. Only those who are on the verge of elevation attract resistance. If everything were easy, it would be a sign you're not stretching into new territory. The more pushback you encounter, the clearer it becomes that you're on the brink of something extraordinary. Many people, upon seeing your confidence and determination, can't help but feel unsettled. It's not because you've done anything to harm them, but because your light exposes the places within themselves where they still feel small or afraid. Instead of doing the inner work to cultivate their own sense of worth, they project their insecurities outward, focusing their energy on trying to diminish you, criticize your progress, or question your motives. They may try to sabotage your journey, spread negativity, or stir doubt in your mind. But the truth is, none of these attempts can alter your trajectory. Their actions are like pebbles thrown at a mountain, insignificant in the face of your strength. Your growth does not pause for their opinions. The blessings that are meant for you not only arrive but multiply in the face of adversity. Your purpose, once set in motion, cannot be shaken by outside forces. You are protected by something greater than their fears or doubts. Call it divine guidance, the universe, or destiny itself. Their negativity and resistance, in fact, often serve to fortify your path. The more they try to slow you down or derail your progress, the more determined, resourceful, and unstoppable you become. You learn to transmute resistance into momentum and transform every bit of doubt into renewed focus. Every challenge you faced, every delay that seemed to hold you back, every setback that made you question your timing, these were never meant to destroy you. Instead, they were the rain that nourished your roots. Like a tree growing through seasons of storms, you learn to stand tall, let go of what no longer serves you, and stretch your branches higher toward the light. Rain might be uncomfortable and even unwelcome at times, but without it nothing flourishes, nothing thrives. Each difficult season, every moment of waiting, and every closed door prepared you, refined you, and made you resilient in ways that are now evident to all who watch you. Now your transformation is impossible to ignore. The glow you carry, the progress you've made, and the energy that surrounds you are proof that you are not just surviving, you are thriving. The very people who once questioned your path, tried to block your blessings, or doubted your worth, must now witness the reality of your success unfold before their eyes. The force they once tried to challenge has only grown stronger, more visible, and completely unstoppable. Let them watch, let them wonder. There is nothing they can do to halt what has already been put into motion. As your story continues to unfold, their curiosity turns to awe and sometimes even admiration, because there is a power in someone who keeps rising no matter what is thrown at them. The only thing left for you to do is to keep evolving, becoming more of who you were always meant to be. The mission set before you is not just a calling but a legacy. You are paving the way for others, showing what's possible when you refuse to quit and when you trust that everything, every detour, every delay, every disappointment, is serving a greater plan. No amount of opposition, jealousy, or negativity can disrupt the path that's already destined for you. What is meant for you will find you, often in ways that defy logic and expectation. As you continue to move forward, you inspire those who are watching, reminding them that true power comes from within, and that the universe rewards persistence, authenticity, and courage. The journey may not always be easy, but the results are undeniable. You are living proof that greatness is not just for the chosen few. It's for anyone who dares to align their mind, energy, and actions with the vision placed in their heart. And as you rise, the world rises with you, witnessing the unstoppable force of destiny fulfilled. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the growth of my faith. Help me trust you even when physical evidence is lacking. Let me believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm me. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not harm, to give me a good future. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice. I offer up this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your journey and how you are preparing for your own triumphant return. If you'd like to support our work, please consider contributing through Buy Me a Coffee. This helps us continually improve our content to offer you the best. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. No gift is too small. Whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share, your generosity helps spread God's word and brings hope to others. Don't stop here. Watch our next video for powerful revelations about the signs that reveal you are the chosen one. We've enjoyed following this spiritual journey with you. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Keep shining brightly and embrace your destiny with courage. See you next time. Blessings to all the beautiful souls from the Enlighten Wisdom.